Hi, my name is Khadijah and I train as a jockey, and this is a day in my life during Ramadan. Big boy. Ramadan is a time during the year where I can really simplify and break down what it means to be a Muslim for me. It's also a month of discipline. Riding out, having a routine takes discipline. So we come in and get the horses cleaned and tacked up, grab your equipment, get on.
Can you explain what seri is?
It's a meal just before Fajr, which is just before sunrise. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who encouraged us to eat a small meal so we can keep going through the day whilst we're fasting. It's a very blessed meal, so I try when I can and when I'm not too tired to eat. This morning I had porridge and a leftover sandwich. In terms of riding out, it's not too hard. I only have 2 horses a day in the mornings. When I'm riding more, so sort of 3 or 4 horses a day, it can get quite tough. But currently I've just stuck to 2, so we're all good so far. It can be quite tough. It is a lot of patience, but once you get a routine of just eating slightly later and having breakfast so early, you just sort of like your body adjusts to it. It also reminds you that, like, you know, we are simple creatures, human beings, and, you know, we're not as invincible as we think. And I think in the 21st century, we forget how fragile as humans we are and how much we depend on things. And for me specifically, like, in a world where everything is so easy to get, having restrictions and practicing, like, restricting your desires is all about sort of like self-discipline and understanding your limits. So this is a day in the life of me training in the mornings. I'm going to head back to my house to pray Dhuhr and Asr, and during Ramadan my goal is to try and pray my prayers on time, so gotta head back quite quickly. So after my training, I always try and grab a shower and prepare for my second prayer of the day, Dhuhr. Before I can do that, I have to do wudu, which is a cleansing process.
How often do you read the Quran?
During Ramadan, it is one of the main things that we're supposed to focus on is returning back to the Quran and getting closer to the Quran. So I'm going to make a huge effort to try and read this more often. Now it's time to pray Asr. Allah Akbar. So the sun's setting, which means that I need to go and pray my 4th prayer of the day, Maghrib. I'm going to make my wudu and get ready for iftar to break my fast. So now I'm going to show you guys what I have for iftar. So normally I start off by breaking fast with a few dates. Normally I have some majul dates, or my favourites are from Algeria and Tunisia. But that's just my personal preference. And then I have some grapes. Sometimes I have watermelon as well, and strawberries and berries. Depends what I can get my hands on earlier in the day. I also have to consider getting my protein intake because I only have 2 opportunities to eat during the day during Ramadan. So that would be during iftar and then my suhoor in the morning. I try my best to incorporate like chicken and protein and substitutions for proteins, and sometimes I get some vegetarian stuff. I try and make sure I cover my water intake because I get so dehydrated during the day, especially if I'm training. And then afterwards I have a starter. My mum normally makes a beautiful soup called shorba. However, unfortunately, when I'm training and I'm away from home, I'm not that good at making it, so I don't even try. And then I have samosa. My mum normally fries them up and she makes them. When I'm away, I just buy them. So yeah, I'm a little bit lazy, but there's plenty of meat and vegetables in the samosas, but they're not 100% as healthy, but I sort of see them as like a treat. By that point, my appetite has shrunk, so like sometimes I get so full just after a few bits, but my main meal is normally like quite protein heavy. and I normally have like a rice and curry or rice and chicken, or sometimes I make like a roast with vegetables and potatoes. So I've just broken my fast and now it's time to pray Maghrib. This is the prayer that I perform after sunset. So I've got one last prayer left for today, which is Isha prayers, and that will basically be my entire day during Ramadan. So take care everyone, and I'll see you very soon.